Gerry joins us here in Washington to discuss some of his experiences. Gerry, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
This was not your first trip to Cuba. What were your overall impressions this time around? What was some of the things that you took away from the most?
I covered Cuba from 2000 to 2003 for NPR, and I hadn't been back in 11 years. So I found Cuba to be a country greatly changed, especially in terms of economic activity among individuals that you could see in the street, bars, restaurants. Part of our documentary deals with Cuba's first design store. So there's a real hum of activity going on that you didn't see over a decade ago. And the other thing that was really quite new was people's willingness to openly discuss politics, criticize the government, or support the government. There was just a general sense that people were completely comfortable criticizing authority or making recommendations for changes they'd like to see. There's a sense, at least on an individual level, that people are much more willing to express themselves.
So some definite change there. What was the general sense, though, among Cubans, their mood about what's happening with the United States? Is there any fear or concern about things changing too rapidly?
I don't think so. First of all, the embargo is not going away tomorrow, and Cubans are well aware of that. So the sense that they're suddenly going to be flooded with fast food restaurants or something like that, that doesn't really exist. I think people are, so excited to see any kind of improvement in the relationship, principally because, in the long run, that means more economic opportunities for people, less tension, the ability to travel, and so on and so forth. So it's really a positive.
Well, we saw from your documentary that Cuba is moving forward. And so what did you personally take away from your time there? And do you think that Cuba can reinvent itself without changing, again, too much from outside influences like the United States and some businesses there?
Right. I think that any country's identity is something that's so deeply rooted in the people and the culture that an influx of new businesses from somewhere else isn't going to uproot that and destroy it. And people, I didn't get the sense, were particularly afraid of that. One artist we interviewed actually said to us, it's much more likely that we are going to teach Americans salsa than that they're going to teach us the Charleston. So that, to me, sort of summed up the situation.
We invite you to tune in to the hour-long documentary Reinventing Cuba next Sunday, August 9th at 7 p.m. right here on CCTV.